What is good, my gamers? I want to take you guys back in time, real back, a long time ago, all the way back to 2001. It's Christmas. The original Xbox has just hit the shelves. People are mind blown all over the world about the new next-gen graphics and how high fidelity this new gameplay is. Sold together in one super convenient bundle at the time, with the original Xbox came a copy of this randomly mysterious unheard of game at the time. Me and my brothers had no idea what we were getting into. The game that came packed with the Xbox was a copy of Jet Set Radio Future and some shitty driving game that I would never even play. No one cared about that, you know. So it was like early Christmas that year. Me and my brothers, we booted up the Xbox, you know, we put in Jet Set Radio Future to see what this new cool weird anime-esque game was about. We played it and wow, dude, since then, we played it all night, we grinded the crap out of it, we listened to the weird funky music that was playing, and I remember at the time we were just like mind blown of what kind of experience this was.
Prepare to get blown.
In 2001, I was literally 8 years old. I had never been exposed to Japanese media like this before. The music, the colors, the art style, it was all so vibrant and so beautiful, so much saturation and aesthetic. I'm pretty sure my brothers have felt the same way at the time. Couple months the next year, that's like the only game we played, Jet Set Radio Future. That game was mind-blowing. The music was so good. It had such a mood, it had such an atmosphere. I remember we played countless hours of just multiplayer on that. They hardly even had that many separate modes to play. But we would create our own modes, we would create our own stories, and that game was such a unique experience at the time. And as a young child, it really like set pace for the type of media that I would consume and the things that I was into. After that, it's like manga and anime, they seemed like such mysterious and interesting forms of media and culture that I wanted to consume. Like, if this is how Japanese people make games, then I want to absorb that shit like I was Kirby. So fast forward now, and Sega has failed to deliver any type of game similar to Jet Set Radio in the current modern time of gaming. You know, fans of the series Jet Set Radio have been looking for something for so long. And that's the thing, fans of the series have been waiting for so long. They waited so long, in fact, that they decided to make their own game, their own version of Jet Set Radio. And in some ways, they enhanced the formula and brought it to the modern audiences, made it better. Fairly certain fans of the Jet Set Radio series, they just got tired of waiting for Sega to eventually, for whatever reason, make a new game or a sequel or a reboot or anything. So I'm really fortunate and I'm really happy that these developers decided to finally step in and do something. And I'm pretty sure they're not the only ones. There have been other people who tried to recreate the Jet Set Radio formula, but none have done it as good as these guys. Many developers and game people have tried to make a game similar to Jet Set Radio in the past, but none have succeeded quite like Team Reptile have with Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. This game, if you look at it side by side, Jet Set Radio looks almost like a one-to-one recreation, or it's like the updated HD remake, you know, and it's an amazing thing. They really nailed down the aesthetic, they really nailed down the art style, and that's originally what drew so many people to this game when it was first leaked so long ago. I remember this game was just, for a long time, it was like a pipe dream, that you could say. It was just, I'm pretty sure we just got like a leaked photo and they said, oh, this game similar to Jet Set Radio is being developed, inspired by Jet Set Radio or whatever. I remember at the time seeing that photo and whatever, I shared it immediately with my brothers. I was like, check this shit out, my boys. Because yeah, we shared that experience of Jet Set Radio, and there has never been anything like that. There has never been a game on the market that has shared the aesthetic and rhythm and feel of Jet Set Radio in the past. So to see something like this was really cool and worth sharing immediately. And it built a lot of hype, not in just me and my family and my brothers, but like with gamers worldwide, all around the world that played Jet Set Radio and experienced it themselves. So when the game had released on August 18th this year, I knew right away that I had to like buy it immediately, support the developers, show my love, and you know, just absorb this game and get to play it. And just I was actually so excited. In the first couple of days, I couldn't quite afford it because there's been so many great, amazing games coming out this year, so I had to wait a bit. Thus, this review is taking a little bit longer, and you know, spoiler alert, I'm working on a review for a very, very long game. I can imagine you guys probably have heard of it. But yeah, when this game finally got a release date, and it finally came up, it creeped out of nowhere. You know, I always miss my release dates with games. I never know when they're coming, but they hit. And when they hit, they hit. And boy, playing this game feels like such a dream. It feels like a weird fever dream in a way. I never thought I would be playing a game that feels like Jet Set Radio ever again. I think it's even better that they brought skateboarding into the genre, or into the mix of things, because I myself am a skater in my personal life. So to see it represented in a game like this, where it's just not more so about like the technical aspect, but just to have fun, it's a really good time. The gameplay in this game is so similar to Jet Set Radio. It feels like you're just going back. It feels like you're just back in it again, and it's really seamless. I haven't played Jet Set since back in the day when I had the original Xbox, but I had to go back and replay for this game, for this review, just because I wanted to share the love, to re-experience the love of that game. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk feels like such a true re-adaptation of the original formula of Jet Set. You know, you have your wall rides. The cities and the levels in this game, they're basically just giant obstacle courses for you to figure out where you need to go or how you need to get to a place. They have all kinds of cool Easter eggs hidden all over the spot, new outfits that you can collect, or graffiti spots that are super high up in the sky, or hidden zones that are really cool to find. And just like progressing through the levels, traversing through the levels, using your wall rides and your manuals and whatever, like effectively and efficiently to get to the next area, is a lot of fun. This game is like a platformer, and you know, I myself am not the best platformer, but I still find this game to be really enjoyable. And in a way, they make it like really accessible, really casual, and you can still be like a pro, but they make it really easy for you to jump into it, because there's a lot of rails that you can just grind on, and then they take you to where you need to go. And like, if you've never played these games before and you watch gameplay from the outside perspective, you probably think it's like intimidating or looks scary or hard to do, but it's actually really fun, really easy, and the game's controls lend itself very naturally to like how to play. And it's really, once you get going, it just you start feeling the rhythm, and you start building these new combos of like 100 plus tricks, and it's a lot of fun. I'm always at the edge of my seat trying to build the biggest combo possible, traversing through the level, you know, jumping from rail to rail, doing wall ride to wall ride. You know, you can't touch the ground, the floor is lava type thing. The floor is lava. And it's really cool to see how far of a combo you can do while still hitting all the graffiti spots, while still talking to people. It's like, once you really get the flow of this game, it feels so good. You become untouchable, you know, you're just a combo legend. Nobody could possibly get more points than you in this world. I talked briefly about like the atmosphere of this game, but I really gotta drive the point of how much I like it. I like the dialogue of this game. I like the way the party members talk to you. In the beginning, when they're just recruiting you or whatever, or it doesn't matter, anytime when they talk to you, your friend tries to just like, "What's up, dog? What's up, dog? Yo." And you know, it's small little features like that I just love, because that's how my friends talk to me, or that's how we talk to each other. Like, "What's up, dog? It's good, bro.
What's up, dog? What's up, dog?"
And it's just hilarious to see it in a game depicted so, like, you know, it's non-tryhard. They do it so naturally. Or if I remember correctly, there's this one mission where this guy's telling you to hit this billboard up on a rooftop, and he's like, "Yo, if you hit that shit, you'd be a real G. You'd be a real G if you hit that sign." And that shit makes me crack up. I would literally laugh my ass off when they say anything like that, because, like I said, that's how my friends talk to each other. Like, "Yo, you'd be a real G if you kickflip blunted that," or "You'd be a real G if you kickflip board slided that," or, you know, just whatever. There's just little details about this game that are just amazing. I actually really like the way that you swap characters in this game. Just the small act of swapping to an individual crew member on your team is a lot of fun in this game. You see these little squares on the ground, they're like checker print, and you walk up and you have to start dancing, because your character has like individual different dances that they can do. And then literally all of your other crew members pull up, they also start dancing. And then you can swap to whoever you want to select from there. But it's just really cool, really like aesthetic, you know, on brand with the vibes, on brand. They're just keeping the momentum of like how much style and aesthetic this game has, and it's like got it in everything. Swapping characters, it's like, you know, it's a whole ass thing. The characters as well are really funny and interesting in this game. I think it's hilarious that they have the old heads, you know, the ones who they govern and they dictate and they gatekeep all of the underground activity in this area, this part of the world. It's so funny, whenever there's a crew battle gonna go down between your crew and another crew, the old heads literally appear out of nowhere with their boombox and all, and they're ready to like get down. They're like, yeah, I'm ready to govern this battle. This crew battle will be dictated through official rules. Dude, it's so hilarious. They really, I really like how they're depicting the underground like street culture in this game. It's just so hilarious to me. It's so funny, and to be kind of, I can't consider myself a part of anything because that's just kind of lame. But to be familiar with that world is just hilarious to see it in a video game, to say the least. Just like in the original Jet Set Radio, there's tons of characters to unlock and find, and it's really cool that they all have their own unique style and personalities. Most of the time I was not playing as the main antagonist, the main protagonist you have in this game, because he's cool, but I like to try all the different styles and the varied peoples. You know, they'll have different preferences in what vehicle they like to ride, but I basically stuck everyone on skateboards, I can't lie. It was surprising to actually find a story in this game. When I originally bought this game and jumped in, I didn't really think there was going to be much of a story. I thought it was just going to be like, you know, you're just hanging out, chilling. But without getting into too many spoilers, I thought the story was... A lot of people online said that it was dumb, you know, whatever story, but I thought it was actually kind of funny. It was kind of cool. It's like I didn't really know what was going to happen, even though in ways it is kind of predictable. I was like, but it was just nice to have something to break up the gameplay and keep you moving forward for whatever reason, you know, instead of just monotonously doing the tricks forever and just graffitiing, which I love to do. But I mean, it is cool to have something to break up the gameplay and push you forward with these new enemies or new antagonists or bad guys to be in your way. And so what? Like in the beginning of the game, you're playing as this random guy. You have no idea who he is, but he gets his head cut off, which is
Epic.
you could say pretty epic. Somehow these guys don't die, his body's still alive, and someone just puts a robot head on that body, and then you start playing it as that robot. The story is trying to figure out who you are as this robot, half human man, and it's kind of interesting, you know. It goes down some interesting directions, let's say the least. But for a video game about spray painting and skateboarding, I thought the story was, you know, it was good enough. It was good enough. Surprisingly, there's also, just like Jet Set Radio, combat in this game, where you can like knock down policia and you can eventually spray paint them, and they're like, I guess they're like weakened to paint. Getting your whole body covered in paint would kind of mess you up, so you know, I understand them. The combat is simplistic, but it gets the job done. Like I said about the story, it's a good way to break up the monotony of interwoven gameplay features, I guess. In between of beating up a couple cops, you know, you could go find a new pair of outfits for your favorite characters, and then find some new songs, find some new graffiti, go beat up some more cops, and then go talk to some skaters. It's a fun time. Just like Jet Set Radio as well, this game has a banger soundtrack. I'm pretty sure I can't play any of the songs in this video, or it doesn't really matter because my channel's not monetized, but I don't want to get copyright striked or any of that BS because it would just be bad. But the songs, you can take my word for it, the songs are so good. What's insane is even to this day, I remember songs from the original Jet Set Radio Futures soundtrack. You know, I first played that game when I was 8 years old, you know, 8 years old, and now I'm old as balls. You do the math. And those songs have still stuck in my head. I'm fairly confident that some of the songs from Bomb Rush Cyberfunk will have a similar effect on me over time. Maybe they don't quite have, you know, bangers like... But there's still actually a lot of bangers on this OST, and I would play with the music on the whole time and it was just jamming, you know. In the beginning you have not very many songs and it does loop a lot, but as you unlock more songs, because you have to find them, the track list grows a lot and it becomes really diverse, and it's has a little bit for everyone, I think. The game itself and the main story is relatively short. It's not the longest, it's not the shortest. I think it's like 8ish to 10ish hours ish around per playthrough. You know, it's not the longest, but it's also not a fully priced game. But there's a bunch of stuff to unlock in the game afterwards. There's post game, so there's tons to do, and you'll still be like playing the game just because it's fun. It's just a good time. So I'm not even upset at the game for being shorter in the story department, you know? I feel like this game does need multiplayer badly. I saw that there's mods online. of people making it possible to play with your friends in multiplayer. I have not yet tried it because none of my friends own this game, but it looks pretty interesting, and if it runs properly, then I can imagine that being a really good option. Overall, I'm just really happy and pleased with Bomb Rush Cyberfunk and had a lot of fun with it. It really brought back and rejuvenated the nostalgia and love I had for the Jet Set Radio series. The achievement for beating this game is called like Go Outside or something like that, or very similar to something. I think this game does a really good job at kind of promoting that. Like, the game is all about having fun with your friends and hanging out outside and living this like street life, you know. Not necessarily doing graffiti or breaking the law in that way or fighting cops, but just like being outside with your friends and being united and taking care of each other. When you beat the game, the last achievement is called Have Fun, or Go Outside. Sorry, Go Outside, Have Fun, or Go Outside. The last achievement is called Go Outside. And that's exactly the feeling I had. You know, I wanted to go outside and skate with my friends. I wanted to enjoy the weather. I wanted to see the sunshine. And I think it's really cool for a game to promote that. It's just, this game is awesome. It has a great vibe. It has a great aesthetic, great soundtrack, fun gameplay. I want to know if you guys have checked it out. Have you guys played the game? Are you guys excited to try it? How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear. I want to know if you guys also have experience with Jet Set Radio. If you guys were also excited for this game. I know it's been a long time since I put out videos. I always say I'm going to try harder, and I am trying harder, so I appreciate you guys for sticking around. I love you a long time. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. I got 2 big chunk of reviews in the works, I promise. Till next time, gamers. Ciao, ciao.